Most people believe money works like this. You study hard, get a good job, save some money, retire comfortably, and everything will somehow work out. But that story quietly stopped being true a long time ago. And schools never updated the lesson. What they teach you is how to earn money, but they never teach you how money actually behaves once you have it. Because in America, money doesn't reward effort. It rewards positioning. The first rule schools never teach is that income and wealth are not the same thing, because income is taxed immediately, controlled by an employer, and limited by time, while wealth is built through ownership, leverage, and compounding over long periods. This is why two people can earn the same salary, live in the same city, and retire in completely different realities, because one focused on earning more, while the other focused on owning more. The second rule schools skip is that inflation is not an accident. It's a feature of the system, which means money sitting in a savings account is silently losing value every single year, even when the number in the account looks bigger. And this is why the wealthy don't hold cash for long periods. They park it in assets that grow faster than inflation erodes purchasing power. The third truth is that taxes are designed to reward asset owners, not workers, which is why employees pay first and invest later, while business owners and investors invest first and pay taxes on what's left. And this single difference compounds into millions over a lifetime. This is also why schools tell you to budget better, but never explain cash flow, because budgeting is about restriction, while cash flow is about design, about structuring your money so that expenses are covered by systems instead of effort. Another uncomfortable truth is that debt is not automatically bad, even though schools treat it like poison, because in America, debt is one of the primary tools used to build wealth when it's attached to income-producing assets. And this is why rich people aren't obsessed with being debt-free. They're obsessed with being cash flow positive. The system also quietly rewards leverage, meaning the ability to control large assets with relatively small amounts of personal capital, which is why real estate, businesses, and even certain investments grow wealth faster than saving alone ever could. Schools also never explain that time is either your greatest advantage or your biggest enemy, because compounding works slowly at first and then suddenly, which is why people who start early seem lucky, when in reality they just understood the math before everyone else. Another rule they skip is that lifestyle inflation is one of the most dangerous traps in the system, because every raise feels like progress, but higher expenses cancel out higher income, keeping people working harder without moving forward. This is why wealthy families focus on controlling lifestyle while scaling assets, instead of scaling lifestyle with income. The biggest secret schools never teach is that the system isn't broken, it's functioning exactly as designed, rewarding those who understand ownership, leverage, tax efficiency, and long-term thinking, while exhausting those who only trade time for money. Once you understand this, money stops feeling confusing, because you realize the goal was never to earn more forever. It was to build systems that work, even when you don't. And the moment you stop asking how to make more money and start asking how money can work for you, everything begins to change.